What's up, guys? Welcome back to some more Terraria. I have a boss spawning in like 8 seconds. I was not ready to start this episode, but we're starting it off with a surprise here. I have life crystals. I'll go through and show all of the stuff I got after the boss fight, but I did, of course, as I said when in the last episode, I would do a little bit of work off camera doing some mining and get the last 2 life crystals we need, as well as the 1 piece of tattered cloth from the Goblin Scout that we didn't yet have. I was pretty much just about ready to record. I made a bed, and that's the only thing I crafted, and that's so I could sleep during the night and make time go faster. And, you know, I was skipping today, and I was going to record my intro, like, as the sun was rising. It was going to be great. But no, we have a boss spawning, so, I guess, where's this boss? We do have the enchanted sword now, so we actually stand a decent chance against it. So I'm going to run over to the right here, because I know he's going to be spawning any second now. And there he is! Alright, imagine if the fallen star hit him, that would have been sick. I don't know if we stand a chance against this guy right now. It would be very tough to beat with the enchanted sword and, like, terrible armor. I guess maybe if I made better armor I could stand a chance, but it's gonna be pretty tough. I'm gonna have to get a lot of melee, like, true melee hits on him, and there we go. And there's our first damage that we took. So let's use our rage and try and get as much damage as possible, alright? Trying to keep my distance. If my voice is dying, it's because this is the 3rd episode I've recorded today. Not quite back to back, but it's still quite a lot of talking compared to what I'm used to, so yeah. We're dealing decent damage, but he's also dealing decent damage to us. So this is where we kind of have to start being careful here. And I don't have an arena or anything set up for this. We're going to drink a healing potion right now. Let's use our rage here. And alright, we got a good couple hits right there. And alright, okay. He's going into his next phase. This phase, he has much faster dashes, as you can see. And we really need to keep our distance, because he's just going to get stronger and stronger. Okay. I really need to keep my double jump here for when I need to evade a dash. So we'll do this. I don't need to use it there. So he's getting closer to half health. Ow, okay. Now he's dashing a lot faster, as you clearly can see. So we need to be mindful of that. So every time he's going to dash 3 times, and then he does 4 really fast dashes. All right. So this is the part of the fight where I'm pretty sure we can't do. Just because we don't have enough damage output for this, or enough mobility to live. Yep, I have 3 health. That's not enough. Yeah, that's certainly not enough. Please don't do the thing. Please don't do the thing. Ah, I could have healed. That's okay. We made a lot more progress towards beating that boss, but let me actually wake up and start things off on a better foot. Alright, I'm going to be recording this piece in post because I'm dumb and I muted my mic and forgot to unmute it. But basically, what we're doing here is we're going to craft the Goblin Battle Standard. This is an item that costs 5 wood and 5 tattered cloth, the material we've been trying to get over in the far edge of the world. So by making this, it summons a goblin army. This is a special event, similar kind of like to bosses where you have to use an item to summon it. It can spawn naturally, but it's very rare for this to happen. So the reason why this is so important is because after we beat the goblin invasion, we unlock a new NPC. So the kind of whole idea behind a goblin invasion is a lot of goblins will come swarming in, and you have to take them all out, and once you take enough of them out, it will consider the event completed. I did a better job of explaining this when I was actually playing it, but anyways, we're just going to use the goblin battle standard here, and I guess we're just going to go in and fight some of these enemies. So it takes a little while for the invasion to actually show up. It's around like 30-45 seconds or something. And there's a small chance that one spawns naturally every morning. There's a few different events in Terraria that could happen. This is one of them, and this is generally the first one you'll ever see. And here we go! The invasion has officially begun. You can see the swarm of enemies. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we're mainly just going to use the enchanted sword to take these guys out because it's just so helpful. The enchanted sword's probably one of the best weapons you'll have at this stage of the game. To deal with the swarms, at least hopefully you got one. If you didn't, this might be a little bit of a frustrating event if you don't have much gear. However, if you notice, I'm going to start using these items called spiky balls, which I just picked up from taking out some of the goblins. This is more of like your saving grace if you just get this event on like your 2nd day of playing or something, and you really don't have any items to take them out. So you can just chuck these spiky balls at the ground, and when the goblins walk over them, it'll deal some decent damage. So, I unmute my mic now, so, I guess I'll just cut to the end of the invasion, because that's kind of where everything realigns here. But I'm not too worried about this event being very difficult, because we do have the enchanted sword, which is pretty nice, and I see we got a mage weapon right here, the plasma rod. This is an alright weapon. It's nothing crazy good. It's definitely not going to be as good as our enchanted sword, so I think we're going to stick with the sword. But if you ever do get this event to spawn naturally, and you're, like, very much unprepared, all of the goblins drop spiky balls, and the spiky balls, as you can see, they're pretty decent at taking it out. Definitely not as good as, like, having a normal weapon, but, you know, if you're in a pinch, these will probably carry you through the event. So, there we go. We have finally defeated the goblin army, after me not knowing how to record properly. And what this does is this allows the goblin tinkerer to spawn naturally underground. So now what our mission is to, well, go underground and find the goblin tinkerer, save him, make sure we have a house for him, because we might not actually have a house for him. I want to make sure he's happy as possible, so I am going to actually put him underground a little bit. So I'm going to make sure we have wood, so I can build some houses a little bit more underground. So let's take our wood with us. Let's take some of these walls, just so I don't run out. And we'll take the door, because why not? But we're going to go underground to make, probably 4 houses. Yeah, we're probably fine with just 2, honestly. It doesn't have to be super far underground, just kind of a little bit. I have 11 gold on me. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this gold away so I don't lose it. There we go, because we will need so much gold for this darn goblin. It's not even funny. For those of you who have played Terraria before, you know exactly how much gold the goblin tinkerer can soak up. So, anyways, going underground, and when we do find him, he's going to appear basically as the NPC, but he's going to be wrapped around in rope. And we'll just have to right-click on him, and it will save him. So I'm going to go underground basically as little as I can. This should be fine, I think. I'm pretty sure this is considered the cavern lair. Yeah. So we'll probably build his house right here just to make things rather easy. Definitely want to build his house first. Actually, do we have any NPCs queued up right now? We don't. Awesome. So I can just go ahead and do this right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and down. Okay. So this should work. We'll go like that. We'll place a block there, the door here, another torch so they can actually see, and a way for us to actually access the NPCs. All right, we'll need a workbench, and we'll need, I guess another workbench and 2 chairs. 1, 2, boom, boom, and the workbench. All right, and now all we need to do is add some walls. We won't have enough walls for this. Let me make some more real quick. Around 100 should be more than plenty. Oh, yeah. And, oh, yeah, you can sit in chairs. That's a thing. I guess if you ever want to. But there we go. That should be 2 suitable houses right there. Yes, they are. I'm going to put the demolitionist right there. He's absolutely going to... I did not mean to put walls all over the place. You know what? That's fine. Whatever. We're going to look for the Goblin Tinkerer, and this is actually going to be pretty tough to find. But we definitely do want to. And we have an open house, so he could spawn anywhere. So just kind of keep your eyes open. And maybe if I walk past him and don't see it now or during editing, feel free to leave a timestamp in the comments and call me dumb or something. I don't really know. But I'll be trying to keep my eyes peeled best as I can, but I could be here for a while. Let's just put it that way. If you're lucky enough to have an item called the Lifeform Analyzer, it'll actually tell you over here where the clock is, any rare enemies that are nearby, and this includes NPCs that are needing to be rescued. So, unfortunately, we don't have one of those, meaning I have to literally stumble across him myself with torches. But, you know, I've found him many times before, so we definitely can. He can spawn in the blue biome, so it's going to be worth checking that out. I also realized I don't actually need to, I don't need to be holding torches. I have a sword that casts a beam of light, so, we're probably just going to stick with using this. Oh! No way! Dude, that took, what, 4 minutes? Alright, hello, friend. I need to go back to the house and put you in the correct house. Then I have to wait for night so they can actually successfully, like, move over there, because he needs to be as happy as possible, because I am not going to deal with this guy being unhappy. If you didn't know, all the NPCs have a happiness value. And if you put them in the correct biome and next to their favorite person, their happiness increases. And whenever they're more happy, then their items cost less. So, Goblin Tinkerer, you're going right in there. And I am basically going to sleep until it's night, because once it's night, then all the NPCs will move. It is now nighttime! Yay! Alright. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and actually... Ooh, a shackle! That's a rare drop from zombies. It's not really useful to us right now. Even the 4 movement speed is really not all that good. But more importantly, I'm getting rid of those wood. Those 3 pieces of wood have been there every single time I've gone down here, and I always run into them. Anyways, more importantly, the Goblin Tinkerer has finally moved in, and he should be as happy as possible. Indeed he is. He sells the Cavern Pylon. We'll go ahead and plop that down here for now. I have a much better spot for this eventually, but for now, it's just going to go here because why not? Easy access. We are going to purchase the Tinkerer's Workshop and the Rocket Boots. I think that's everything I'm going to buy for now. I don't really care about the other stuff. Let's go back to the house. And the Tinkerer's Workshop goes right here in the crafting stations. And the Rocket Boots, as well as my Hermes Boots, are going in the storage system. This is because we are getting our first boots upgrade. This is going to be called the Spectre Boots. Right here, they're made from Hermes Boots and Rocket Boots. And they make you slightly faster, and they allow flight. This is the first thing in the game that gives us any form of flight. It's not the best. You'll see that that's all they do. And you can kind of stagger it, so you can use it in like 2 different bursts. It's not great, but it's certainly an upgrade, and it's definitely nice for canceling fall damage, because, well, if you just press the button, you don't take fall damage like that. So that's really nice. There are a lot more boot upgrades to be done, and I actually can almost make the next pair. The next pair would be called Nut Spectre Lightning Boots. To do that, we need an Aglet, which we already have right here, and an Anklet of the Wind, which is a pain to get, and probably my least favorite, no, second least favorite item to get. We need Cloud, Jungle Spores, and Pink Gel. Remember last episode during our King Slime shenanigans when I mentioned that a Pinky spawned, a baby pink slime? They're very rare, and that's the only way to get Pink Gel. Alternately, you can find Anklets of the Wind in underground jungle chests. Yeah. So if you want that, you gotta go to the stupid jungle for that. So we're just gonna take our Spectre Boots and move on. Something we can make right now is something called Tiger Climbing Gear. This is an upgrade of the climbing claws we've been using. If you get shoe spikes and climbing claws, and you combine them, you get Tiger Climbing Gear. Okay, does this game just want me to become Rogue? I really don't want to play Rogue right now, but it's giving me all the Rogue Reforges. Speaking of Reforges, let's go back to our Goblin friend. Rather than remaking equipment to get modifiers you desire, he has a system that allows you to reforge them, and that's really expensive! And most of the time it sucks. Luckily, Calamity makes it so it pretty much has a pity system where it forces you to get the perfect tool reforges and weapon reforges first try, or on the 6th try, sorry. And after a few tries, you'll only roll the highest tier of equipment reforges. So it still might take you a while to get the right equipment forger you're looking for, but you're guaranteed to get the best possible reforge on weapons and tools on the 6th one. I'm not going to spend the rest of my gold reforging my equipment right now. I'm kind of okay with how these things are right now. Instead, what I'd rather do is go to the skies and get a few feathers. I've been saving my other gravity potion, and now we are finally going to get to use it. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to try and get 3 feathers. I'm going to need more than 3, but at bare minimum, I'm going to need 3. So we're going to go to the skies, see what we can find up here. I need to keep going to the right, because harpies do not spawn in the center of the world when you first start playing. Eventually they do, but when you first start, the only way to find harpies is to go a little bit to the left or right. So here's our first harpy, and they still deal a lot of damage. We did get a feather first try, which is nice. There's a life crystal in there. I don't really need it, though, but I think we're going to play it safe and just try and get our 3 feathers. I am going to keep going to the right, though, because I want to find some sky islands. Similar to the meteors, you can actually find floating sky islands that have unique loot, and very, very important loot at that. So let's keep going and see if we can find any of these. There's another harpy. Let's see if we can take it out. We can. It did not drop a feather, though, so I don't really care too much about it. That one did drop a feather, and I have to chase it down to the ends of the earth to get it. There we go. There is another harpy up here, so we have to be careful of that. It almost hit the fallen star, actually. Come on. Come on. I'm like kind of playing here with the harpy, trying to... Come on. Okay, we got another feather. That's awesome. I'll try and get a few more, but it's not too big of an issue if we can't get one. Let's try and find ourselves a sky island. Here's our first sky island. All right. So in some sky islands, there'll be chests. And there is our first pair of wings. I am also going to take some of this sunplate block while I'm here and just all the furniture because I believe this is used for crafting recipes in a little bit, and I don't want to go back up here unless I have to. So we're just going to kind of grab everything while we're here. This is also a decent place to farm harpies, but I want to see if I can get to another sky island real quick. So we're going to keep going. Well, I sure hope we land on a sky island right about now. We're going to put the wings on. And it doesn't look like I see a sky island anywhere nearby. All right. Wings allow slow falling and very, very minimal flight. At least these wings give very minimal flight. No sky island. I'm just going to go back to the house. We'll put the Spectre boots back on for now because I do tend to prefer boots, but you know what? This is probably better than the aglet. So I think we'll put the aglet in our storage for now and stay with the wings. Now that I'm panicking slightly less, let me show you what the wings can really do. Yeah, they're pretty decent. They're definitely not awesome. These are the first wings accessible in the game, and it's very, very... I think these are the only wings you can get before hard mode, which is... There are 3 main stages of the game, I would say. Pre-hard mode, which is now hard mode, which is after a certain boss is defeated. And I would say more closer to end game, or post-Moonlord, as it says. If you don't know what Moonlord is, it's the final boss of the original Terraria game, but not the final boss of Calamity. So there's kind of 3 different stages, pre-hard mode, and post-Moonlord. In pre-hard mode, these are the only wings you can get. They suck compared to other wings, but definitely better than nothing. They also cancel fall damage completely, so we no longer have to worry about fall damage. However, there's something that I actually prefer more than wings, and not everyone prefers this, but I certainly do. It's called the Sandstorm in a Bottle. This is the best double jump there is in the game, hands down. Well, okay. Technically not. I guess double jump specifically, yes. You can stack these, and you can indeed have triple, quadruple jumps, and so on. But the Sandstorm lasts so much longer and gives way more horizontal momentum than anything else, really. And unfortunately, well, if you pair it with wings, you lose that horizontal speed that you would get if you didn't use the wings. So generally early on, it depends on the boss, but most of the time I do actually prefer the Sandstorm. There is an upgrade we can make to the Sandstorm, and actually an upgrade we can make to the Cloud as well, but we do not have access to it yet. For now, I think I'm going to put the wings away. We're going to try and get an item called the Blizzard in a Bottle. This is also another double jump, and it's the last one of the trio. All we need is snow blocks, so an adventure to the right we go. Luckily, it's going to be a lot faster now that we actually have a movement option or two. I do definitely love having the jumps. We also have the Spectre boots, so really we have a 1 jump, 2 jumps, and some flight, so it's pretty nice. But you can definitely see how fast I can get moving with these, the Sandstorm. It's just so nice. I can't believe I forgot to pick up some snow while I was going ahead and, grabbing that, but that's okay. There we go, we've arrived in the snow biome. I really only need 50 snow. I'm gonna try to grab like 100 and maybe like 100 of these little ice chunks right here, just so I don't really need to come back here if I need a little bit more snow for a different recipe. So let's grab this. Do ice slimes drop snow? No, they don't. That's fine. We're definitely gonna take some of this ice. Luckily, it breaks really fast with our mining setup. So that's nice. Haha, ice nice. That somewhat rhymes. Okay, I'll leave. I don't think we need ice chunks anyways. We only needed the snow. But let's go ahead and put that away, and let's craft ourselves the Blizzard in a Bottle. This is the 3rd double jump you can get, and I think you are seeing what I like to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's very nice. This is my preferred way of movement in pre-hard mode. There is actually something we can do to combine all of these items into one awesome pre-hard mode accessory, but we don't have access to it yet. We used to, but they made a change in one of the recent Calamity updates, and actually made it require a material you get after defeating a boss later on. But for now, this is pretty much as good of exploration gear as it gets. Actually, that's not true. If we search up Wolfram here, there is something called the, where is it? Wolfram Acrobatics Pack. If we swap this for, let's say, the Tiger Climbing Gear, we get this little grappling hook that's a little bit different than our current one. And it's kind of wonky. It almost acts like a rope that you can kind of swing through. And it can also cancel fall damage, so if you're going to take fall damage, it grapples to the ground. But why didn't it work? I don't know why it didn't work there. It really should have. There we go. You can see it works there. I don't care too much for it. I'd rather have the climbing gear. That's just me personally, because I have a grappling hook. I've been so accustomed to that over the years. But this is an option if you do like it. I know I have a friend who likes it a lot. My preference, I still like the grappling hook just because I'm used to it. But now that we have this, we really need an armor upgrade. The armor set that I have in mind that I'm going to choose is going to be one that we need desert feathers for. So we're going to go back to our kind of oasis desert biome over here on the left with our NPCs and farm a couple more desert feathers. I believe we need 5, so I'll do that real quick. I'll just cut it out. Well, that certainly was quick, wasn't it? Let me zoom back into my normal zoom here. And we'll go 140. I want to get you guys accustomed to me being slightly more zoomed out, because it's very important in boss fights to be zoomed out so you can see better. So I'll be slowly kind of zooming out as the series progresses, but we need a lot of silk. So we're going to be making desert prowler armor. And how much silk am I going to need? 10, 13, 23 in total. So we'll make 23. Boom, there we go. And now we can make an entire set of desert prowler armor. This is a ranger-based set, and it's the first class I'd recommend you go with. Let's go ahead and equip it. First, let's compare our stats. Right now, we have 9 defense. If we equip the Desert Prowler, we go down to 6 defense. But take a look at all this stuff. Each piece gives a buff to our ranged damage or crit strike chance. And we get a little bit of movement speed for the boots here. We also get an ability where we double tap down, and we engulf ourselves in a small cloud of sand. This will slightly increase our damage a little bit until we hit something. So it's pretty useless, but it's there. Now you may be thinking, why are you going with a ranger set when you don't have a ranger weapon? That's because I'm gonna go get a ranger weapon. Something I should mention is you can actually wear a second set of armor as a vanity set. You won't get any bonuses from it, but it's there if you want to quickly swap between your different armor sets. It does change your appearance, so I'm gonna keep it in my inventory locked, which is gonna make my inventory smaller, but I want to at least look a little bit cool for you guys. You can also toggle the visibility of your accessories, so if you don't want them to show up in your character, watch when I take off the blizzard, you'll see that I lose my bottle right there. And if I take off the boots, well, I lose those too. So, hello, Piggy. I would like some money, because we're going to need a lot of money for what I'm going for. 7 gold! That's what I'm talking about! Nowhere near enough, though, so yeah, we have a lot of money grinding ahead of us. When will I learn to press the record button? 2 times in 1 episode, man. I can't even save that footage. Alright, well, guess I have some explaining to do again. I went into the Crimson biome, and I went underground. I'll put some pictures on screen so you guys know what I'm talking about, but I went in with some bombs, and I blew up these red crimson orbs. This is how you get your first gun in the series. You need a gun to get the NPC, the arms dealer, which you just spawned. This guy's really good because we need him for some stuff, but I had to get a gun. So I went into the Crimson and I blew up 2 of those orbs, and I got 2 of these guns called the Undertaker. I didn't press record because I can't do anything correctly today. This is probably what I get for recording 3 episodes in 1 day. Anyways, the gun we're looking for is called the Mini Shark, and this is a vanilla weapon. And I wanted to try and use as many Calamity-based weapons as I could, but the Mini Shark is something you can't pass this up. It's so powerful for what stage in the game you can get it. I strongly recommend you get it while you can. Anyways, I still need to go ahead and build a house for him in the desert, because that's where he'll be happiest and his prices will be lowest. Alright, there we go. We've got the arms dealer to move in, and he sells the Mini Shark right here for 27 gold. That's really expensive, and we're going to start selling stuff to try and save up our money. In fact, this is so important. How much does the bacon sell for? Does this sell for anything? A gold. We're going to go back to the house and try and collect some of our valuables that we no longer need and sell them. Life crystals are pretty decent. You don't need that many extra, and you'll find more along the way. We'll take the bacon as well, and that should be everything we need to purchase it, I believe. The mini shark is such a good weapon. I cannot stress enough how important it is you get this if you want to have an easy time. If you're not playing Ranger, well, there are other options. You can probably find some other options, but for at least the first boss I'm going to do, I am going to be playing as a Ranger. I'll be changing up what class I use pretty frequently, but for the first boss, we're going to use Ranger. So let's sell those. We now have 24 gold. We need 27. We'll sell some life crystals and purchase ourselves the mini shark. There we go. It's not reforged, and I only have 1 gold left. I'm going to spend the rest on ammo, because ammo is very important. So I'm just going to buy all the ammo I can. 2150. We have 300 or 200 already, so we have 2350. That should last us a decent while. And there we go. You can see it shoots very fast. That's very nice. Let's go back to our house. Let's go ahead and upgrade the ammo a little bit. Let's go to silver bullets. This is why silver is so important to get as much as you can. I need more silver, please. I need all the silver bullets I can possibly make. There we go. That should be a decent amount for now. I'm not too worried about storage yet. We're still doing fine, so I'm more than happy to spend my silver how I did. I do need some more money because I want to reforge this mini shark. It's so, so important. Oh, we've also been collecting a lot of fallen stars recently, so I guess what I can do is we can make some more mana crystals, get closer to that mana cap. Let's make as many as we can. That's too many. I thought I could make like 3. Okay, well, I'll show you what the mana cap is. It's not that high. It's currently 200. There are ways to further increase that cap, but for now, we just spent all of our stars. I am dumb. Wow, I am just dumb this episode. I'll be honest. This is not going well for me. But hey, sometimes we have an off episode every now and then. It happens. You know, now that we pretty much have a full set of equipment, I was gonna go and fight a boss to end the episode, but we actually don't have the stuff to make the boss that I want to fight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it here, and now that we've kind of geared up and we're extra powerful, we'll be ready to take on the boss in the next episode. But for now, that's gonna do it for this episode of Terraria Calamity Mod. If you enjoyed, like ratings, of course, greatly appreciated. Again, sorry for the small video errors I have from just being muted and not recording. I'll try to be a little bit more careful in future episodes. But anyways, that's it for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.